Under 2 days on the whole thing. For the whole base. Under 2 days of in-game time. I'm certain that some people have barely under 2 weeks of in-game time right now. Yeah. Looking at you. Whenever this finishes loading. Oh, I also lost a prawn suit in the bottom of the world. I'll point him out on the way. The last time I loaded in to make sure things were done, my prawn just went frickin' skyrocketing through the world. Here we go. I think I saved at the entrance hatch. I don't know. We're about to find out. I know a lot of you guys went and built massive bases from what you were saying, and I did not do that. It will not take 20 minutes to walk through my whole base. I built very succinct and pretty, I think, I hope. But I didn't go overboard on size like some people might have. What are you making up for? I'm being looked at funny. And the loading is taking forever. There we go. There we are.
Emergency power.
So,
all systems are go for
Power
lift off.
restored. All primary systems online.
we'll start from the external, which is my power production for base. It's nice to use clean energy. We'll use clean energy for that. Even the Cyclops is up there recharging on the thermal vent. And here is my base. We've got out here, we've got my grow beds. Those of you who've beaten the game might recognize some of these. And then where I'm built is a nice, it's far from getting any of these, the creep vines. So when I needed them, I just planted a bunch. To give you an idea on where I am, this, if you were to go behind my base and up, would bring you to the far east side of the map in the, like the bulb forest thing. And then down here, I'm into the underground lake area, and there's a Leviathan right there in that opening. I don't know if he's going to be friendly right now or not. Show himself. This little ghost Leviathan is, there he is. You can kind of see him. There he is. Hanging out down here. Just far enough away that he wouldn't eat me while I was building my base, but pretty close. He'll come all the way up to this edge here, up to these. Alright, let's head inside. And you can see that my graphics card is not the greatest as the base respawns in the walls. We got my prawn suit in the moon pool down here at the bottom. We're gonna come in the main front door. Centered, dead center, is my entrance. My radio, just in case.
Captain.
We'll start to the left. To the left, I have all of my resources because I am apparently very anal about my sorting. Everything not only needs to be well sorted, but labeled. So all of those signs, I went through a lot of copper. There's a lot of copper in here. There is a lot of copper in here. So this is my supply hub and crafting center, mod station, fabricator, all my supplies are here. Back behind it, you'll see my scanner room, hidden off to the corner. Oh yeah, and I like picture frames. They're fun. Come down here. We're gonna go upstairs first. In here is my foods is my water supply. So I keep my food and water and stuff in here so it's easy to access while I was running all over the place. And then we'll go up. Yes, pictures everywhere. Got some fish tanks in case, you know, I really need food. I don't need them anymore. I needed them when I first moved down here. But now there's just some fish in here for pretty. You can see out here my grow beds. There's a ton of reinforcements, but that was just so I could have a lot of glass. If you can't tell from these pictures what's behind that door, then you need to restudy your history. Because back here is my nuclear reactor. Obviously. Bonus points if you know what that is. Good view. I like the spot. It's a pretty good area. There's a Leviathan skeleton right up the hill, so you can kind of see him over there. We'll head back out. Hopefully you guys haven't seen the picture frame stuff too often. It's a little known thing about this. We'll head back downstairs. And over towards the moon pools and the living quarters. Also, I have, in case you get lost in my massive base, there are signs telling you where to go. This being the only real major intersection in the base, it's not that necessary. But I thought it was pretty cool. I like having signs everywhere. Sometimes I build much larger bases. So, it's my moon pool with my prawn suit. Come over here to the living quarters, as it were. With some friendly, not friendly guys down there. Nice view. Sometimes you can see the Leviathan poke his head up in here when he's getting close. Some Aurora models. There's a picture of my base, in my base, just in case you forgot what my base looked like in my base. And then both wings are basically a mirror of each other. And my food that I eventually put down here, which is nice to have, so you can run in and get some food and drink. And then the observation bubble for this side. And then I've got the basically exact same thing over here. Food, observation bubble. And then there's only one more section left to my base. And thankfully the ladders, because you can't rotate them for some bloody reason, lined up in a good spot. Take the ladder up. Sahara, I did not know this, but you can put glass on the cap end of tubes, and it does that, which is pretty darn cool. I like it. Much better than a hatch. And then we've got my Seamoth Bay up here with some good view. Seamoth all decked out. I like it. Both of these pillars on the sides are just like this one here. The top doesn't have the alien containment, so you can look down into them. And then there's alien containments stacked underneath, which is nice. Good view. That's the whole base. Pretty functional. I like it. It's pretty. It's got a really good energy supply. Not just from the nuclear power reactor, but those 4 thermo generators actually, they're more than enough power for this base. And I can run the scanner at full, like non-stop without really worrying about it. And then if you were to push for endgame content, all you gotta do is take that prawn suit and go for a walk. Because right down here is a section that I don't generally use too often when I was doing my original playthrough. And I fell in love with this spot when I realized it was there. Is right down here. There is a hole all the way down to the very bottom where the without spoiling. I'm assuming everybody's beaten it, but where you have to go for the final end game thing where you have to release the babies and whatnot. That's down below here. There's a hole that goes down to 1,400 meters straight down. You just walk the prawn down the hill and down you go. And here's my roommate. We'll call him the roommate, hanging out over here. He hasn't harassed me too much. I haven't died to him yet. I say as I taunt fate. And that's it. That's the whole base. It's a good spot. If you head up towards that cave opening marker, above it I have my completed launch platform ready to go. I will be leaving behind a seed for the plant that you have a hard time finding to complete the game in it, as well as a pair of ion batteries. Why? I don't know. I like having ion batteries in bloody everything. As soon as you have access to them, they're the greatest thing ever, because I hate running out of battery. And that's the base. That's the whole thing. She's pretty straightforward. Enjoy.